go. We got one injury to talk about, and that's Billings. Left the game with a concussion, didn't finish the game, so we'll see where he's at next week. But end of the day, just really proud of everybody involved. You know, short week. We really hadn't had one of those yet as a team, and I thought the coaching staff did a great job putting a sound plan together. We knew it was going to be a race trying to get everything in, and kind of harping on the guys that the details were going to be the difference here this week, and the team that made the least number of mistakes was probably going to win this game. So fortunately for us, we felt like that fell in our favor. You know, really excited about a number of performances here. Can't say enough about that running game. I don't think we win that game if we're not able to run the ball like we were. You know, both the backs over 100 yards was just outstanding. You could feel decisiveness. You could feel them hitting it downhill. They turned on the gas and were lowering their shoulders too. So that was so good to see. But it doesn't happen without that offensive line. But you can't say enough about Ozzie and Joe and Drew Dahlman and Jonah and then Darnell. I mean, those guys, they were huge for us. And so really proud of them, really proud of the tight ends, the receivers. You know, that's a frustrating game if you're a pass catcher because those conditions were challenging for us to get some consistency going there. And yet they still were a big part of what we were doing there in the run game, and they knew that going into it. So that was huge to see. Defensively, I thought our guys just played their tails off for all 60 minutes. And, you know, we kind of harped on the importance of getting into these third down situations, and I think we created a number of those, and if my numbers are right, I think we were 4 for 12 in third down. So that was really good to see there by our defense. A couple turnovers were enormous. KB with another interception off a quarterback that really doesn't throw interceptions. And then Shawnee's fumble was, I think that was one of the turning points in the game right there. They're in scoring range, and you know, high percentage play for them, and yet he was able to get the ball away from him. So these guys should feel pretty good about what they just did. You know, it's hard to go on the road and beat a good team like that, and yet I think they still know we have got to get back to work next week, you know, and so we're very pleased with where we're at. We'll be able to enjoy it for a couple days, and then we'll be right back to work and on to the next one because that's where we're at in the season. But really happy with how this one went today.
Ben, what message do you think this sends about your team?
I think it's the same message we've been sending every week, that we're just going to compete our tails off for 60 minutes. I think that's what I know about our group. They got a lot of belief in what we're doing. They got a lot of belief in themselves. They got a lot of belief, I think, in this coaching staff. And so that confidence just starts to develop and continue to bubble over. So I think we've got a really confident group right now, and we're excited for these next 5 games.
What about their ability to kind of stay in the moment, just not day-to-day, game-to-game? I mean, I know it's a big thing for you, but like, what kind of have you observed about their ability to do that?
Yeah, no, I think that's once again, that's a credit to the coaching staff, just trying to keep the main thing. I think it's a credit to our leadership too. You know, I got guys like Grady Jarrett and Byard on defense, and you know, Joe Tooney. Like, these guys, they all know what good football looks like, and they know the consistency that it takes to continue to win in this league. And so it's easy for those young guys to come to work it every day and just look at how these old heads are going about their business, and you just kind of fall in line. And so it's the same thing. There's no secret, man. There are no shortcuts. We got to go out next week and put in the same amount of work that we've been doing. And we got to continue to get better. We're still not at what we're capable of being yet as an entire team, and so we're going to continue to strive to put that full 60 minutes of 3 phases of complete football together. But these guys continue to get better each and every week, and I'm really proud of them.
You mentioned the conditions weren't ideal for the pass game. How do you think Caleb fared?
Yeah, off the cuff, it felt like you know, the wind got the better of us on a couple throws. He made some huge ones down the stretch there. That throw to Cole was enormous. You know, it's he's rolling out to his left to be able to throw a dime like that at that point in the game. I thought that was really big for us, and so it's a struggle there. You know, you're trying to not become just solely run oriented, because then the defense is going to adjust too. So you want to keep that element of a pass threat over the course of the game, and and I was hoping we'd hit a couple more just to loosen them up a little bit more and keep that run game going. So overall, though, I thought he did a good job just keeping the operation going. That was something that we were really harping on this week, was just making sure we get in and out of the huddle clean.
You called that pass for Cole for touchdown. Were you sitting there going, all right, we have a chance for a dagger here if we can, if we do it right?
Well, that's one that just presented itself. Swifty's actually the number one read on that, and as Caleb's pulling on out, you can feel the safeties dipping down low, and so I think he felt that, he saw it, and he delivered a good ball and made him pay. So that was good.
What's it like for you as a play caller in a game like this, with the way Kyle and Swifty were running and the way the offensive line was moving? Like, did you feel yourself, especially in those 2 touchdown drives, those long drives, just being able to get in a rhythm and kind of go to a lot of different kinds of runs? Yeah,
I think we had a good amount of volume for such a short week in terms of the run game, the number of formations and concepts that we had up. Our guys handled it really well going into the week. And as a play caller, like I said, it's that balancing act, because if you hang with something a little bit too long, then all of a sudden you're looking at a 3rd and long and wondering why the drive stalled. And so I look down and I see 36 attempts. I'm like, well, shoot, I probably threw it. I called too many pass plays this game, and especially with how we're running it. And so that's an area that I can be better at too.
Kyle had a 31-yard run, I think, right after Shawnee took the ball away. What was kind of that? What did that kind of play and then that drive just kind of mean for the whole team? You said the right fumble is obviously the turning point, but then to just answer the way you guys did start.
Yeah, no, I mean, we always talk about getting that first down and not necessarily thinking it's going to be an explosive run like that, but that was a huge one in that moment, because we were still, on our side of the field pretty backed up, and that got it to midfield and really ignited us as a whole team. And so that was great to see, and I think he played his tail off, so did Swift. And I can't say enough good things about our offensive line here today.
When Shawnee went and ripped the ball out on the tush push, was that something you guys had seen during the course of the week, that might be a vulnerable spot? Yeah.
I mean, there's we certainly wanted to be sound in how we were defending that play and the compliments off of that play, and we were hopeful to have opportunities to get the ball there. Yeah.
You mentioned the 3rd down defense. I know we talked about it a lot this season, but to be able to watch DA use Jalen and Kyler and CJ all time together, I mean, how much of an impact do you think that had to have all those guys at your disposal today, especially on 3rd down?
Yeah, no, I thought it was huge. They 3rd down was when they were all out there together for sure, and then other times we're kind of platooning those guys. But it was just great to get their feet wet. I'll be curious to see what that tape looks like. I mean, there's a couple good receivers for Philly out there on the field, so I can't wait to see how tight that coverage was. And it's good to. I think it'll be a good stepping stone for us to build upon going forward here.
Your decision on 4th and 5 to go for it. Did you know on 3rd down that was going to happen?
Which one?
The one to Loveland, the 7.
The Loveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, where we were on that field, I didn't feel great going that direction, kicking it, and I just, it's a gut feel sometimes on those things and how comfortable I am with the play call. So I felt pretty good in that circumstance.
I think every single game that we want to play and that we play, it is to make a statement. And that's just another game for us. Focus on being 1-0 each week, and we keep doing that. We keep focusing on what's inside, the noise inside of the building. Honestly, it doesn't. The statements and all of that is more of the outside noise, more of kind of stuff for y'all to kind of talk about, and the analysts and all the whoever to talk about. And so we'll keep focusing on ourselves. We'll keep focusing on being 1-0. We'll keep focusing on finding ways to win games, but also find ways to better ourselves so we can be where we want to be.
Does beating the defending Super Bowl champion at their place in primetime feel important?
Yeah, I mean, it's a division game, or NFC game, and so it is very important to us because we understand what it is and what it means for us. But going into the game, you don't put that type of energy, you don't put that type of pressure, you don't put that type of focus or comparisons or anything like that. You focus on being 1-0, you focus on winning the game, and however it looks, however it feels, just focus on coming out to win. That's the most important thing.
What did you see on the touchdown pass to Komet, and how tough was it to put a touch on the ball
with the win? Yeah. That's the fun part about playing QB. It's dealing with conditions, and then finding ways to kind of calculate where you need to put the ball, and how much air, especially when you have such weird gust that we had today. It would be kind of no wind and then, random points to be super heavy gust. And so, Cole ran a great route, and they ended up dropping them and just kind of saw him flash. It's the play we haven't really practiced too much, especially this week was, short week and all of that. So, it was something that we trusted, something we believe in ourselves as a team, as an offense, and as players. And Cole ran a great route, like I said. They kind of dropped him, saw a defender trying to, catch up to him, just wanted to lay it out there, let the wind kind of push it back to him, and, Cole made a great catch.
Were you looking at him the whole way, or were you just about to consider a check down?
I was about to consider the check down, and I looked up because I had space and time. There was a defender starting to chase Swift, and so I ended up looking up and peeked up, saw Cole, and like I said, gave him a good ball and let him go make a play.
Did Ben take his shirt off in the
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people. Let's say that. Yeah.
How important was this run game to this success today, and did that even surprise you?
No, it's not a surprise. We got elite backs. We have an elite offensive line, and we have a elite wide receiver group that is willing to go put themselves out there and block for the betterment of the team. Even on a day where maybe we're not going to throw as much, or the conditions are affecting it a little bit, affecting the pass game and things like that. And so their willingness, especially with who they are, the type of receivers they are, where they've been drafted, and how special they are, their willingness to go out there and block. It's tremendous. It's awesome to watch. It's awesome to see from my point of view, but also I can't wait to go watch it on film and kind of get excited about it, because that's the sacrifice we need. That's the sacrifice that we want every single week from everybody on the field. And so them being able to do that is tremendous for us.
Did you hear the stat that the last time the Bears had 200-yard rushing?
Yeah, 1985. That's a cool stat, right? And so having that, I know it provides a lot of confidence within the coaching. I know it provides a lot of confidence in the O-line and running backs especially, that, they can put the game on their back. They can do everything, that we need to win for us. And, when it comes time for us to pass or whatever case may be, we can do it. And, we did that today. But, when it came down to it, we put the ball in the running backs' hands, and they were electric for us.
Caleb, you mentioned from your perspective, what is it like when you hand the ball off and you look and you turn around and
You
you
see
look
a
up?
crease? Yeah, it's super fun. I don't know if y'all ever kind of see me back there, but when I see a crease, I start getting really excited. I start jumping around like a little kid. And so, I'm excited, for those guys. Those are my brothers, and I get up, like I've said before, I get up every single day to go out here and work my hardest so that these guys can succeed. And, I'm going to keep doing that, because it's supremely fun to, see smiles in those guys' faces after games, but also during games when, they're being explosive. O-line, is doing a hell of a job. Wide receivers blocking well, and the, running backs are having these big explosive plays. So, we're going to keep chugging along, and, we're going to keep winning these games.
Did you get the sense that their defense was getting demoralized, especially when they were opening up those big gaps?
Yeah, I think anytime you start, you start having explosive plays, and especially explosive plays through the run game, you start tiring out defenses. You go wide zone, you go keepers, you start misdirections, all these different things, and mental, their mental, I would say, gets tired. That's what you typically see, but also physically you get tired. And so that's kudos to our head coach and our offensive staff, and then also, like I said, the players.
What did you say on the fourth down pass to Colston?
Going that way? Yeah. He was one-on-one, safety rotated down, and they're a match team. And so he ended up basically being one-on-one, and just tried to give him a good ball. He ran a great route. Defender fell down, and those are moments, key moments where you got to give your guy a shot. And he ran a great route, and it was an easy completion.
It seemed like a couple of your receivers had trouble with the footing earlier. Was there any part of you at the moment that went, oh, one of their guys fell down this time?
Yeah, those are always, when I actually started to throw the ball, I made sure I threw, because he ended up getting a little bit closer to the sideline, so I threw it a little bit back inside once I noticed, kind of mid-throw, started my throw, and just wanted to keep him in bounds and make sure it was a sure catch in bounds for us to, in a big moment.
Kind of emphasize that it's you guys still have not played your best.
Yeah,
football.
no.
How are you feeling right now after? It seems like nobody's as excited as you are. Maybe the stat line isn't what you would love, but I know you care about the win, Tom. So how do you put in perspective just the idea of the best is still to come?
Yeah, I come in every single week, and we work our tail off as a group, and myself included, and I want to maximize every single thing. That's why I get frustrated. That's why, my frustration, comes about, because, I have such a talented group, whether it's, the whole team really, special teams, defense. But speaking on offense, we have such a talented group and special group, and, we got guys that really care. And so we can do something special for Chicago. And, the frustration comes in just because, you want to maximize. You don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste, a year or anything like that. And, that's why we get up that's why I get up every day. And so, we haven't hit our pinnacle yet in the sense of a team and execution on offense, and we're still winning these games, and so that's really important, and that's why I'm extremely excited. But you go watch the film and you see all these explosive plays, or you see all these small details that show up that are awesome to learn from after the game. But in the moment, you want to hit those, you want to have these moments and just hit on all cylinders, and so that's coming, and we're going to show our best ball here soon.
Do you feel like you're going to wake up tomorrow and the whole world's going to have a whole new opinion, a whole new level of expectations for the Bears?
Probably. They'll probably say whatever they have to say, and but that really doesn't faze us. That really doesn't really deal with us. We have no expectation other than to go in, work hard, give our best effort on Sundays, and every once in a while Friday maybe. But give our best effort and try and come out victorious. Other than that, the outside noise, everybody's expectations, everybody's thoughts, everybody, we could care less.
Caleb, the Baltimore biggest run of the day came right after Sean got the takeaway.
Yep.
How do you describe that momentum swing and how was 31 to the next snap?
Yeah, that was right after I threw my interception, right? And we got the Nashawn fumble. Yeah. Tremendous job by the defense to start there. When you have such a momentum swing and you give them, such great field position like I did, throwing that interception, it's kudos to them first, and then having that momentum swing back in our favor, and then having a big explosive play is really important. It shows who we are as a team. It shows the adversity and how we fight through and how we show up for each other, and so it was huge for us.
How do you describe this team's ability to just stay locked in on the now?
Yeah, that's who we've been. We started off 0-2, and there was a lot of noise. We go on this streak of winning, a lot of noise, and so we understand where we are. We understand who we are. We understand where we're going to be as a team, and you focus on that. You focus on the betterment of the team as a group, and you come out with these wins week to week, and you don't let the noise, the outside noise, the negative moments, shine too bright within us and within our group, and it's a positive thing that we've been able to do this year, and something we got to keep doing.